Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everyone is enjoying the weekend. Now that we've had time to sit and settle with the NAR settlement, I wanted to break down a couple different options and ways that the buyer can pay the buyer commission. The first option, that's what you're used to right now. That's going to be our baseline for this scenario. And that's with the seller paying the buyer side commission. That's what we're most used to. And I think that's the way it's still going to be for 95% of transactions, but it's still good to know the other options available out there. The second option is to raise the loan amount and use that savings to pay the buyer side commission. What this would look like is essentially as if you're putting 10% down, instead you just put 7% down. Or if you're at 25% down, you just put 22% down and use the money that you're saving from going towards your down payment to just go to the buyer side and pay out the agent that way. Where this might cause some problems is if you're going from, let's say, 20% down to 17% down, that might open up some mortgage insurance. Or if you're maximum financing, if you're only putting 3% down, then you would run into issues there as well because you can't go down to 0%. So that's where it wouldn't work. But again, I think this is going to be a pretty common option, especially with people who are already planning on putting down a higher down payment. Option three, and this is probably a little bit the more confusing one, but I'll break it down to a different way. But that's where you raise the purchase price and then have the seller pay the commission. This is just kind of similar to asking for seller concession, anyways. I'm sure a lot of you guys have structured offers in the past where you wanted that seller assist. So you came in with a higher purchase price and got that seller assist. They got to help reduce the closing costs. Instead of this time going to the buyer itself, it's just going to the buyer agent. So this would be another common way if they're not offering any kind of commission or you wanted to make additional commission beyond what they're offering. This could be a good option out there. And the fourth option is probably the most simple. They just pay it in cash. They leave what they were planning on doing with the mortgage alone, and almost as a separate transaction, they pay you. I think a lot of people assume this is how it's going to have to happen if the seller isn't offering the concession. But as you can see with the other two offers, there are other ways to structure it. But I think this will also be a popular option, especially for those who are putting a lot of money down. If you're already putting 25% down, they might be comfortable with just paying the 3% extra in cash to the buyer's agent. Hopefully, with this information, it'll be a little bit easier to explain to your buyers that there's more than just one way to pay out the buyer agent beyond just getting that seller concession. There's four different options, whether they want to pay it cash, whether they want to offer more and get more back to pay for that, whether they want to put less down, or whether the listing agent is paying the buyer's agent. There are options out there so they don't have to come out of pocket every single time. If you have any questions on how this looks or on a particular deal you have, how to structure the offer, feel free to reach out. I'd love to walk you through it. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your weekend and take care.